Good morning, everyone. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and I've just pulled out this journal here. It's a composition book that I redid the cover, and I did this years ago. The cats, for some reason, like to chew on it when I don't put it away, so that's why that's all like that. But it was just a composition book that had like a graph paper cover, and I just put modeling paste, and I did crackle paste, and it's got rub and buff on it, and it just turned out really cool. But I thought I would work on a page in this if the cats will like behave. It's a little cooler this morning, so they are wanting to go in and out, but I don't want them to do that right now. So I just wanted to come on and chat with you guys and explain why I was not on yesterday. I just needed a day away from the laptop. So I watched Mayfair Witches on Netflix and just kind of just let my body relax. For anybody that doesn't know, we got some really kind of horrible news about the house. So I'm going to have to box up 95% of my crafting stuff just to get it out of the way, because what they're going to have to do is 20 sheets of plywood is what they're talking, are going to need to be installed, and some of the joists replaced down the full center of our house, because it's gotten more humid under the house over the years, and it's caused this has got that there, it's making it color weird. It's basically dry rotted the subflooring, and some of the joists look kind of iffy. So I don't know if they're going to be replacing joists or what, but I know that he said 20 sheets of plywood, and it's the flooring that's in both the front, because my house is like back here is got the kitchen and what was the den that I used for my craft room, and then there's the hallway, and then the new bathrooms over here. Then on the other side of this wall is the dining room and formal living area. And so everything down this wall, everything down this wall, full center of the house, and then there's a closet over here. The linen closet is through the door across from the bathroom. All of this plywood has to be redone. So it was kind of shocking and upsetting and just overwhelms me. So when I get overwhelmed or something upsets me really, really bad like that, it affects me physically. And I felt physically ill and really tired. I slept for 2 days. Went back to bed after Scott went to work. So Tuesday and Wednesday morning, I just was shot. So I said, you know what? I'm going to listen to my body, and I'm going to let my mind have some time to deal with this. We haven't gotten the estimate yet, but we're looking at this being done about Christmas time. Long story short, Scott was getting some of his retirement as a cash out from one of the companies he worked with in December. And it's like, as soon as I guess that was settled in stone, that's when the house decided, hey, I'm going to need, mega money in repairs. So yeah, it's been a real struggle for me. Not a lot of people talk about how their mental health affects everything else. And it affects me really bad, because when I was growing up, I'm just going to go into it because maybe I don't know. People say don't explain your past to anybody because they would have to have lived it to understand it. But I always come away with thinking maybe people will understand me a little better and why I handle things the way I do if I just tell you. I was just raised where everything I did, I had to think about it before I did it because I was immediately slammed if it was something that wasn't agreeable. So I'm hyper alert to everybody around me. It's made me into an empath, which can be good. I'm extremely helpful. I have great insight into just reading people. I can, if I've been around you a while, I can almost finish your sentences quickly. But it also has its downside in that when it's something, a big event happens like this, it makes me so physically ill that I have to like isolate because I just can't cope with handling and feeling other people's feelings. And I do um, try to figure out how somebody's feeling about something before I say something. I don't just express my feelings as openly as a lot of people, and people say, "Oh, you hold it in too much. You should express yourself more." Well, in my childhood, if I expressed myself more, I was called a brat. I was called other very ugly names, or I was just basically, I got the strap. So I just am hyper vigilant when it comes to this kind of stuff. And it's been a little bit much this week. I was doing great Monday morning until after the inspection came from the yearly termite inspection. And it's not termites, it's done this, it's dry rot from the air conditioner creating so much moisture in the crawl space that the wood has literally rotted away. They call it dry rot. So, yeah, I'm just trying to put my proverbial poop in a group and get myself pulled back together so that I can cope. And I know that probably sounds really petty and weird to people that have never experienced that kind of stuff. And I could go into more, but I'm not going to. This too shall pass, as Tom Hanks said in that one clip I watched. This too shall pass, no matter what it is. The good times, they'll pass too. Bad times, they pass too. And I guess it's the rough spots in life that help us grow. So I'm trying to grow here, people. Trying to grow. I'm not going to stay on long because I know Thursdays Mary comes on. But I thought I'd come in, and I'm working in this. I don't remember the author that does this style where you divide your page up and you create drawings and add quotes. And this was something I was doing with Dee Dee in 2020. And this book was going to be all about growth, whether personal growth, learning to eat better, that kind of stuff. And the first page I did is a single page. And I do love how that sounds, but stuff was bleeding through. So I started gluing 2 pages together, and I see some of them aren't glued too well, but I'm not going to worry about it. Little funnies that I printed off, I stick them in here. Let's plant a vegetable garden. I'll do a flip of this real quick. Yeah, it's really hard. And there's a form of yoga. Oh, I can't remember what it is, but I was thinking about finding a place locally that does that, but I'm not comfortable crying in front of people. So, and they say that when you do that form of yoga, it releases all these negative things in you. And I don't want to cry in public. My sister said, if you do yoga, you got to be comfortable farting in front of strangers because it just happens. And I'm like, Robin, she said, it does, sis, it does. Oh, talking about my sister, she did mention, why don't you get in touch with your homeowner's insurance company and see if they'll cover part of the cost? Because, you know, we've been paying a fortune for homeowners insurance, but I don't know if they'll pay or not. We're going to look at it when Scott has more time, because I can file a claim online if he doesn't call and do it first. But it's something to think about. Eat your vegetables, and I drew those. That's a butternut squash, a bell pepper, cucumbers, jalapenos, zucchini, mushrooms, garlic, green beans, lettuce, collards, carrots, cabbage, peas, corn, potatoes, sweet potatoes, celery. Hi, Dar. This was my blue lady. She was a drop cloth, a drop paper doodle. These are just fun to do. I decided to do a black page. This is one of my favorite pages here. I just love the colors. I love all of that. When I was doing this with Dee Dee, what she did, she said, just go through it and just smear paint or put sprays in there. I think this is how I used up the sprays I had. And then what I didn't use up, I pitched in the trash, because I'm just not a spray kind of girl. So I got rid of all my sprays. But you can see how sometimes there's like some dappling in the background. That is from the sprays that started the page. But then there's also paint that's been smeared in here. And I love to do writing in curvy spots. And these are Janet Nash prompts that I decided I wanted to start recording. I think, or not, yeah, putting them down on paper, basically. And this was about the rocks. This is November 13th is the Friendship Rock Day, where you're supposed to abandon stones along like a walkway or whatever, and people can get them. And I like to put positive messages on them. This is one of my favorite pages too. This was something I cut out, and then I did the color scheme for the whole page using the colors in this picture. That's an easy way. If you let a magazine picture or something you print off tell you where to go as far as theme or color scheme or any of that. I was doing this inspiration. These were words that we were given for that, and I don't remember the program for it, but I was supposed to do care here, and confidence was supposed to go in there, inspiration in there, my 3 bluebirds singing. This was a beautiful card from Sharon Lombard when I was sick. I think that's when I had COVID. And this is the page I'm working on now. So I did see Ann on, that she had been on. And I wish I'd known she was on at 1:30, because I woke up. I was wide awake at 1:30. And hopefully she's been able to get some rest. But I watched a little bit of that, and I watched Shadows at Midnight this morning, Kaylee. Her video for today, and her free pattern is the cutest little amigurumi ghost. It looks really easy. I might have to make one. Not that I need it. I need to be going through my stuff and starting to box things up to get them out of the way. Kind of waiting for the oh, now I'm having trouble thinking of the word. The estimate. There we go. It finally clicked in. I'm waiting on the estimate of what this is going to cost to fix the house. And before I start, and I'm thinking of doing some purging as well. I know one thing I need to do is, if we could like get rid of some of the supplies we have laying around, that would be good. There's some things I'd like to move out to the little garden shed out of the bonus room, because if I could move them out of there, then I'd have that. The garage is on the bonus room out there is on a concrete slab, so they're not going to have to touch that, because they were talking about us having to rent one of the pods to put in the driveway to put all our stuff in it. But if we could get access back into the bonus room and go through that and do a purge out there, and get it cleaned up and set up better, I'd have some space out there that I could put some things to get them out of the way. And I've toyed with setting up my craft room in the back bedroom, but I don't know if they need that room cleared out too. I think it's just the center of the house here. So the dining room, the living room, and this craft room need to be emptied, and the hallway. I'm hoping that's it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically 5 rooms have to be emptied in the house. It's something I'm dreading really bad. Yeah, Ann was on this morning. I got a message from Kathy that Ann was on, but I was trying to sleep. I wasn't reading chat. I was coloring. I'm sorry. Did Angie need me to say something? Yes, I can see you, Angie. Yeah, our brains get wired. That's why people need to think how they talk to their children. And I wish I'd been a better parent to Greg, because I was messed up in my 20s. Sometimes think if I'd waited to have a child till I was a little older, it would have been better. No, I don't hide people unless they're ugly. You're not ugly, Angie. Ugly in character and personality, not in appearance. Yeah. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the cats, because I mean they're going to have my floor completely ripped up, so the cats would be able to get under the house. So they might have to live back in the bonus room, in our bedroom. And I don't know what I'll do with Greg's cats. I'm hoping if all of the bedrooms are free, I can put Greg's cats in his bedroom. He actually has a bedroom, but it's a long story. But yeah, his cats may have to just stay in his room, and our cats may have to just stay in the back, but our master bedroom that's really a storeroom right now. Scott's working some more on the hall bathroom last night, so he got some more tiles up. This needs to come over some more. All right, then I take a big pen, and I've got this envelope here, and I'm just going to do some squiggly lines for the. Oh, I made that petal little. I'm not staying on long. I just wanted to work a little bit. This page, I missed gluing 2 pages together, so I just folded it in half and made this little one. And here you can see where I sprayed some stuff. So I need to find some little quotes and things. And that's what I was going to do with this here. Oh, I missed this. Yeah, and this needs a leaf put over here. Usually I don't do the ink until I've colored it. They haven't given us the estimate yet, and I'm hoping he will call shortly. If not, I think what I need to do is just to call and ask the guy, when are you going to let us know how much this is going to cost? Because I think I would sleep better if I knew the number that I'm going to have to, come up with. I can plan, and then that gives my brain something to do other than worry about the cost. Does that make sense? I have no idea. Well, they'll have a whole crew in here, so I'm hoping a couple weeks, a month, if that. I guess we'll have to just wait and see. The waiting part is killing me, you guys. Not knowing is really getting next to me. I put all my Sharpie markers. No, these aren't Sharpie. These are Crayola. And I bought a couple sets of them, but most of those I picked up at the Goodwill. I guess some teacher was cleaning out her classroom and going to get new supplies for the new year, have everything fresh for the new students. I never understood that. Colored pencils still color even though they're old. And I think you're setting the kids up for something, irrationally by saying everything has to be new. I can color with old crayons. It doesn't bother me. Crayons, pencils, whatever you want to call them. All right. I just kind of wanted to share this journal. I have another journal that I kind of put all sorts of stuff in too. These are all sorts journals. I guess I would have to call them all sorts. And Greg's getting ready for work. That's what you hear in the background if you guys are hearing that. It's okay. Let me show you this other one. This other journal. Good. Okay, rest, Angie. This other journal I've shared before, but I bought Arne and Carlos's book on making these journals, and this is what they make for a yearly journal of ideas. And so that's what this is. This is stuff from my drop paper that I need to glue in. But I've been saving my fortune cookies on the front page. This was a pull that somebody else sent me. That's the shower curtain I bought for the new bathroom. Make your own idea book with Arne and Carlos. That's when I did this. And I just shove all kinds of stuff in. I love to get quotes put in here. Recipes for homemade texture paste. I love this little bag here. I see it all the time. That's when Scott and I went to see Downton Abbey. This was a stamp I carved and then printed out. That's that goofy owl. That's what started the owl project, was this goofy owl. I got pictures of the kitties. These I did with Dee Dee. Longevity list, how to live longer. And this is all from, I think Chinese or Blue Zone residents don't need a fountain of youth. They practice habits. And this is what they did. And then these are little pictures of the kitties. And this is just random things I love. I'd love to make a quilt that's just these, like, they look like 8-inch squares, maybe something else. And then this one's a strip pieced quilt that's just strips of fabric. I love this. These are quotes. Those Adirondack chairs, I could never get out of one of those now because of my back and knees, but They look cool in the yard. This is something I wanted to do on a bookshelf or another project. I think this is a picnic table. And it looks like they used milk paint and then they just used sections of napkins. Doesn't that look cool? But I'm a big quote collector. I have all kinds of quotes in here. I love the porch ideas. I'd love a nice deep porch like this where you could sit out there and sewing pattern that I designed and shared on my YouTube channel on September 14th, 2022. Owls. I love those little stitched birds. Bookshelves that I like. I love this blanket hutch. Project Dress a Girl. Those were the 4 dresses I made that year. That's something I tell myself all the time. I'm allowed to be here. That might sound silly to someone else. This was a postcard about Palmetto moonshine. Yeah, I got it at one of the welcome centers. It's in Anderson. I don't know if it's still there or not. This was a photograph I saved from the bins because I thought it was beautiful. These are all words, positive words. There's so many ways to be positive. That's a sweater. I'd love to make that sweater. It was found in the Hirschner's catalog. They want $27.99 when it's on sale. These were some painted rocks that look like ladybugs, and I just love that. That was the cat basket that became something else. This is a pantry. I love this idea of having this bump out and having this as a walk-in pantry. I love that idea. These were the pigs cupcakes I made last year. Took to my sister's barbecue, which she's having that later this month. And I told her we'd come later in the day. I love this color scheme. I love the pictures. I want to do something like this in the new bathroom. Maybe with some sea-themed pictures with purple in them to match the paint and the blues that we have in there. I'm looking for pictures. Hi, Brenda. Love this sewing-themed wreath. You heading out, Greg?
Yeah.
Loving this. Love that with all the flower. I love the gallery walls like that with a bunch of pictures. Just ideas I liked. Love this bottle tree. And then this trellis like this, it's like a ladder that you just open up. I'd love to use some of those in the front yard and put my clematis on it. If I have any left, I had them in pots and the water washed them out of the pots. They looked kind of dead, so I don't know. Those are Project Dress a Girl dresses from last year. I don't have the dresses printed on out yet, or do I? Oh, that was this year. This is this year. Oh, golly. Just messages for myself a lot of times in here. That was a bookmark from Dee Dee, and that's about where I'm at. But I have gone in, and that's a tag, I think, from Barbara Clark. She signed it somewhere. Nope, that's from Lisa Conway. There's one in here from Barbara. But I've gone through and just stuck some things. I made that postcard, and I added little pockets on the corners. This book is made out of scrapbook paper I thought I would never use for anything else. I just made the sections. That's a tag I made. But if you look at Arne and Carlos's book on this, there's a lot of signatures in here, and you sew them together on your sewing machine, and then you put them together and you coat the back of them with glue. My cover is starting to come loose. This was some drop cloth from Gina Ahrens here This is leatherette. We have a couple rolls of this when Scott was selling it at the antique radio meets. So there's all kinds of things in here. There's a postcard from Anne. An Anne postcard. Lap Gans measure 36 by 48. And these were some freebies I picked up at Hobby Lobby. A cute little koala. There's a llama for your mama. Anyway, that's all I'm going to share. So I will talk to you guys later. Bear with me. I will regroup mind, body, and spirit, I guess. And I'll see you guys later. Oh, that sounds fun. Oh, stop. All right. Bye, guys. It's pulsing. Dun, dun.